guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today we are going through all of my empty products from the months of October and November so far. So I haven't done an empties video in a month and a half or so at least, so I wanted to show you kind of the things I've gone through, what's good, what I would recommend repurchasing, maybe check out if there's some Black Friday sales coming up, and what is terrible that I will never buy again. So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I upload videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I'd love to see you back again on the channel. Don't forget too, if you like this video, to click that thumbs up button. It really does help me to know what kind of content you guys are interested in and to boost the video out in the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's go ahead and get into my empties. So we'll start with some like hair stuff first. I used up the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Dry Shampoo. I've used this before. I knew I liked it. I've moved on to another one that I just happened to be out at TJ Maxx and was like, oh, I'm like out of dry shampoo. Like I'll just grab whatever's here. It'll be fine. When I used that one up in that empties video, I'll tell you, but like it's terrible. I already know. This one's way better. However, I will say my sister-in-law has been telling me to start checking for certain ingredients that she said, I guess they're finding like not good for you, right? Spraying right into your scalp, getting absorbed into the skin can be cancer causing. So I need to double check with her, but I think she was basically saying don't get things that have propane in them, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. And this does have that ingredient. So I need to research more to see like, I do want to avoid that, whatever she's talking about and telling me about. So this may be a no-go on the repurchase, not because it wasn't good, but just on the ingredients. So I need to check on that. Let me know in the comments below if you know anything about or have heard about ingredients that are not great for you in dry shampoos, because I love dry shampoo, but I want to make sure I'm using ones that are not going to be introducing harmful ingredients to me. Actually, I think that was my only hair care one. I used up the Native deodorant. This is the Paradise Flower and Amber one. I've loved Native deodorant for a long time. I've mentioned before I bought like literally like a year's supply at once. So I think I have one more Native deodorant after this. I thought I was completely out, so I've been using a Dove one that was sent to me through Influencer right now. It's not it, guys. It like doesn't last, and there's days where I'm like, I need to reapply or do something here. So the Dove one I'm using just because it was sent to me and it was free, but I have another Native that I'm like, thank goodness, to go back to after that because it has not been working out for me. But I would recommend Native. I'd also recommend this. So I was out of cleansing balm, and again, I happened to be at Target and was like, whatever, I'll just pick something up here just for convenience. And I picked this up from Versed. At first I was like, I didn't really want to pay what they were charging. I think it was like $17, but you do get 2.3 ounces, which it's a pretty good, decent sized tub, and it lasted quite a while. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's not so bad. I was thinking about picking up the Keys Soul Care one again just because it's on sale at Ulta right now for $15 instead of $30, and I don't really want to pay more than like $17, $20 at the very most for a cleansing balm personally, even if they do last for a while. So I'm always looking for sales to see, can I find something that might be more but cheaper. But I will say Versed, it worked really, really well. It didn't take very much of it to melt away my makeup, and this packaging is 50% recycled plastic, which I always love stuff like this. This also had a eucalyptus oil and vitamin E in it as some like skincare benefits. So yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to using or getting this again. It's just like a little more pricey than I normally would go for, but just a couple bucks, so not terrible. I used up a lemon scented Thayer's Astringent Witch Hazel. My skin loves it. I've gone through so many of these. I pretty much always get them at TJ Maxx because it's like $7 for a bottle and it lasts me months and months and months. I have another one right now that I'm using again from TJ Maxx just because it is cheaper and they last so long. But that toner with the Witch Hazel, my skin really, really likes. So I will always continue reusing that and recommending that to you guys to try, especially if you have more like combination porous acne-ridden skin like I do. Give it a try. I used this up. I don't know if this was Ipsy or if this was like a little, like those little Ulta's holiday sets. I think I got one on sale after the fact, after the holiday season. And this had this CBD healing skin balm from Konica, I don't know how to say the name brand. Yeah, it was good. I have some patches of skin on my body that are dry consistently, and this worked, but it was one of those like, it didn't solve the dryness, it just would treat it as long as I used it. So as long as I used it, it was fine and I didn't have like itchy dry patches, but it didn't actually make the dry patches go away. So I don't know, take with that information what you will. It's not that this was bad or it didn't work, but I think I'm still on the hunt and searching for something to eliminate the dry patches, and this didn't do that. I think this is my last non-makeup thing for the video. So this is from Nooks Paris. I'm not French, don't ask me. This I know came in an Ipsy, and this is the Creme Fraiche de Beaute mask. Basically, it's supposed to be a 24-hour soothing and hydrating fresh mask. This I would not get again ever. My skin, again, because it is very acne prone and combination skin, I really need gel based or water based moisturizers. A lot of things that are too lotiony will clog my pores and cause acne. This was a little too lotiony. Now I did get away with it, like sometimes I'm dry up here and I can get away with using it on the perimeters of my face, but heaven forbid I ever put it on my chin, my jawline, my nose, anywhere like that. That's just inviting a breakout on my face. So I did use it up, and luckily it was just a little sample size, but I would never repurchase anything like this. It's not that it was bad, it's just not compatible with my personal skin type. So maybe if you're not acne prone or you're more dry, you would like this because it was hydrating. It just wasn't a match made in heaven with me personally. Okay, and then on to makeup. So first of all, I completely used up this little sample. This is from Ritual to Fee, and it is their new Thorn Pulp Crunchy Jelly Oil Cleansing Balm. This stuff was amazing. I thought I would be really put off by the rose scent because I don't really like artificial rose scents, but this actually smells like legitimate rose, and I don't mind the smell of real roses, and the smell does dissipate. It was very moisturizing, like my skin didn't feel stripped. So one thing I complain about my Fenty cleanser, it really takes off the makeup, but it leaves my skin very stripped and dry. This was really hydrating. So even for someone with combination skin, it didn't make my skin also feel like too heavy or oily. It just felt clean and hydrated after, and that's what I want. I know Teresa is Dead is running a giveaway right now for 2 people to get the trio, like the Thorn trio between the Thorn Milk, the Thorn Pulp, and the Thorn Oil. I entered that giveaway right away, guys, because this came in like a little trio sample of all 3 of those because I just wanted to try them, and I've really liked them. The oil I could probably do without, but I do really like the Thorn Milk. I've almost completely used that up, and I did use up the Thorn Pulp, and I love it. So I'd be so happy to have a full size of this because they're kind of like an indie brand. Their prices are a little bit higher, but I'll definitely be looking out for a sale to get this again because it was really nice. Okay, there is one item that was a declutter item, okay? So a while ago I did the oldest makeup in my collection, and I'll link that video if you haven't seen it, and I'm pretty sure this was in there. Oops. If I could hold on to it, that would be great. Okay, so this is the e.l.f. Volumizing and Defining Mascara in Jet Black. I got this from an Ulta on clearance for $1, and it's completely dried. Now, sometimes you can do a trick where you add a couple drops of contact solution to a mascara that's a little too dry, but I think this is even beyond that. And frankly, even if it weren't, like, it was $1 and it's not good. It doesn't do anything. It might color my lashes, but that's it. It doesn't volumize. It doesn't lengthen. It doesn't, like, nothing. It's just awful. I see why it was $1, and it's all dried out. It's super old, so this is just gonna go. I don't declutter makeup like that very often, but I literally can't use it with how thick it is, and yeah, it's just not worth it. So a mascara that was worth it though, and I got this in a little I don't know, like a favorites sample type thing from Ulta. This is from Buxom, and it doesn't even say what kind of mascara. It just says lash mascara. That's it. But I use it so much I took out the little like plug cork thing too, and it's done. There's nothing left in here, like maybe a little stuck to the brush, but it won't come off. I can't get it on my lashes. Trust me, I've tried. But this was really good. At least in this moment, I won't repurchase it, but that is just because I have many mascaras right now. Like, I tried in, what video is that? I did like a full face of testing new makeup in my collection that I had bought but never tested or whatever. I'll leave that linked. And I tried this Essence The False Lashes mascara. This is the Extreme Volume and Curl one in that video, and I already had it and I really like this one. So I've been using this as like my daily mascara. And then I did another version of that same video where I tried stuff in my collection I bought but never used. And I opened a new CoverGirl Lash Blast volume that I had gotten from a Dollar General box. I'll leave that linked if you want to see that too. This mascara I don't like, but I do use it sometimes just to be like, okay, I guess I'll use it. You can get somewhere with this one, but you've got to build it like at least 3 coats before you can see anything. That's pretty much what I don't like about it. And the smell is bad. It smells like what I imagine bat poop to smell like. So pass on this, but I'm still using it. This one's good. I'm using it. My point being, I'm not buying the Buxom one because I have both of those. In addition to, there's some other one, I don't even know where it is, that I've been using from Ico In and Out. Maybe you've seen in my video descriptions that one is good, but it's really hard to remove. So girl, 3 mascaras is enough to have in rotation at once. I don't need another one, so I'm just using what I have. Maybe someday the Buxom will be in my life again, but I just don't need it right now. But if you're looking for one, you see a sale, that one's pretty good. The last item is definitely also a absolutely would not repurchase. This is from Ipsy. This is the brand Kula. This is their Golden Organic BB Plus Cream. Now it had SPF 30 in it, which I was like, okay, great. In the summer, like I'm looking for that kind of thing. But I didn't like this for multiple reasons. Number one, I don't know why Ipsy thinks I'm the shade, but this was super orange on me. Didn't matter if I had a tan, it was just the undertone was too orange. And also, as soon as I would put it on and it would dry down, it would immediately start to pill and like peel off my face. So I'd have random patches where this product had pilled and peeled off, and you could see my normal skin tone, which wasn't orange. So it just looked patchy and awful and bad, and it was just a terrible experience all around. That being said, I used it up, right? Like I picked days that I was like, whatever, I'm out and about, like at home, I'm not going anywhere. If it's patchy, fine. It does at least still have SPF in it, so I'll have a little sunscreen if I go outside. And I used it up, but no. Now, I will say, in this brand's defense, this says it expired in June of 2020. I don't know what time I got this Ipsy bag, if it was already expired when I got it, or if they just gave it to me and I like didn't have a lot of time before it expired. So maybe that was part of the performance issues with the pilling, not the color match though. And yeah, I just have no interest in getting that again or trying it again. There's other CC creams that I like better, or products like that. It doesn't have SPF, but I don't mind just doing the layer of SPF before my skincare as long as it doesn't pill. The Tarte Maracuja is one of my favorite like tinted hydrators right now. I don't even have, maybe I have a sample one of that in my collection. I couldn't even tell you right now. I'm trying to use up these right now. These are like my summer shade. I do have a little bit of a tan left on my body compared to right here. You can see like is the paleness compared to my hand is a little bit darker. So I'm trying to, while I can get away with it and blend down the neck a bit, get used up my like summer shades. I have the Tarte Face Tape in, what shade is this? What are you? 18B Fairlight Beige. Just a little too pinky undertone for me, but it's what I'm wearing today. And I can make it work. I can get away with it. And I'm almost completely out of this one. You can probably see as I'm pumping it, getting up to the top. So I'm trying to use up that one. And then I've really been using a lot. I love this one, but it is a deeper summer shade for me in 120 Classic Ivory. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I like both of those foundations. I actually like the Maybelline one better, but I don't need more complexion right now. I don't, especially with, I'll leave my recent Get Ready With Me linked if you haven't seen it. I am trying to like reel in the spending, right? Like Wes and I are getting married soon. We have some wedding financial things to plan for. So I'm really trying to not spend just to spend. You know, there's tons of things I want to try that are out there that I'm like, ooh, I'm curious about that. I'd love to try it. But unless it's limited edition, it will be there for me to try more than likely after I've worked through some things, right? Like even once I finish those 2 foundations and I'm in winter season and I'm more my color, like I have immediately right in front of me the Wet n Wild foundation, the Photo Focus one in Nude Ivory. That's more my winter color. I also have the Neutrogena Flawless Matte CC Cream in Shell, and this one's almost brand new. This is pretty full too. So these are gonna be what I use all winter. This one I'm not a fan of. It breaks up pretty quickly, but you know, I bought it and here we are. I'm gonna use it. It does have niacinamide in it, which my skin likes. So these are my winter ones. That's pretty much gonna be, I mean, foundation lasts a long time, you guys. I'm probably not gonna need anything else all winter. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my empties and kind of like trying to not repurchase a lot. I don't have a lot of cleansing balms though and dry shampoos. I usually just have the one I'm using and that's it. So that's why those are things I'll repurchase. But as far as the makeup is concerned, I just don't need it right now. I've got plenty and like, you know, looks like this, pretty, easy, elegant. Like I feel like I look good and I don't need to buy anything new to get this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little chattier, especially there towards the end, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye!